again, just somebody who's a complete one-off. And depending on how you look on it, a teacher's nightmare. Because a teacher's nightmare can be somebody who is so gifted that you just have to let them go their own way, and you just try and give them a little bit of help along the way. Gardner could play any tune in any key and in any style. He was a fantastic player, but he had a way of playing that he would play just a bit behind the left hand. And let me try and explain it to you like this. In music, whatever kind of music you play, for the music to, as I would like to think, swing, move, groove, whatever you call it. And I hear it when I'm listening to Bach, Mahler, Brubeck, Monk, anybody. For it to really groove, the beat should not be like a cube. That makes it plod. The beat should be like a tier. And within that tier, you can play there, slightly behind, or push slightly in front. That's the technical description of it. And if you play it like that, it just sounds horrible. Now, Gardner had a way of playing that defied, it's impossible to transcribe because you cannot write out how late it sounds. You can just write it out and say, play late with your right hand. But he could gliss among the black notes, which can take the skin off your fingers if you're not careful. And he had this impish sense of humour all the time. So you'll hear that two hands are never quite together. But this is the style of Earl Gardner. And he would lead, again, the audience up the garden path. He would say, okay, let's do the notes again. Somebody give me a note. A note.
C sharp.
C sharp, another one.
E flat.
C sharp, E flat, another one.
F.
F. C sharp, E flat, F. Right. He would start randomly and gradually work into T for 2. And all that time, the bass player's going. The drummer's going. Until he would just turn around and go, yeah. So C sharp. Actually, that's a bit ordinary. I need a few chromatic notes. Somebody give me a chromatic note, something different.
D.
D. Okay, great. Okay, good. Now, got a little bit of dissonance here. This is the sort of thing Gardner would do. And he would just make it up. D flat, E flat, F, D. He would do this. Story about him. In the days when there were old recordings of 78 where you could record for 3 minutes, he was recording a tune, and 3 minutes the producers go, Gardner's carrying on. You know, 3 minutes later the engineer and the producer said, man, what are you doing? It's 3 minutes. He said, I know. I just wanted to see where it was going to finish. See, that is the sort of, you know, you just think, well, what a mind that could make that up. Now, let's fast forward now up to the 50s and 60s and look at a great pianist called Bill Evans. Bill Evans was one of the true piano masters who had a style all his own. And growing up in Stonehaven, as I did, with my younger brother Will, we had this thing where we tried to work out what was happening on records. And I bought this record of Bill Evans, called Alone, Bill Evans Alone, which cost $29.11 out of Blacklist. That was a fortune. I brought this home, put this record on, and my brother said, "Hey, you've been sold a dud." What's that? He said, "He's playing in the key of B." Oh, it's impossible. So, put it back on again, and Bill Evans plays in B. There's something wrong with that record. Nobody plays in B. We played it again, it's definitely in B. And I was all set to go back down to the shop and say, I want one that's properly pressed. When we listened a bit more, and the music changed key into the key of G. Great, we can play in G. Then it went to E flat. We hadn't got that far at that stage in our careers. But we were transfixed by what this man did with a very simple tune. Because he would take, if you buy the sheet music, which is always a mistake because you're buying what somebody thinks you should be playing, buy the tune and work out the rest yourself. Unless it's written by Schubert, who generally knew what he was doing. All right, so the sheet music says this. Bill Evans, this is exactly what he plays. It took Will and I about 6 months to get the first bar down. Evans plays this. Honestly, months, a note at a time, one of us holding the stylus on the record, the other one trying to work it out. Gradually, we began to unravel the mystery. Nowadays, you go to Berkeley, or you go to a music course and you're taught how to do it. We had to just try and work out that code ourselves. But by so doing, you teach each other, and then you can learn to teach others. Now, if Bill Evans were to play T for 2, it would sound completely different with a harmony. It would sound a bit like, I hope, like this. And he would also play the verse.